for the whole process to go really smoothly, you have to be well informed.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Anu and I am a fourth year medical student. You're watching Journey to MD. If this is your first time here, you are most definitely welcome. Today I have a very special guest in our midst, and her name is Dr. Offiong. She's a first year resident, family medicine resident at Norwegian American Hospital in Chicago. So say hi, Dr. Offiong.
Hi guys.
So Dr. Offiong graciously agreed to come here and just chat with us a little bit about the whole residency application process. I've been getting a lot of questions. I have a lot of questions, so I thought what better way to address it than having someone who just went through the match process and the whole residency process and was successful come on here and address it for us. All right, let's get into it. So it's going to be a conversation / interview question answer type thing. But yeah, we'll just start with just like an overall. So Dr. Offiong, how was the residency application process for you? How did it go? Just like give us an overview before we get into the specifics.
So I think first of all, the first thing I would say is for the whole process to go really smoothly, you have to be well informed. You have to know what you're doing, when you're doing what you have to do by what time. You have to know your deadlines. You have to know like how much time you have to give into something. For example, letter recommendations, when do I need to start emailing my preceptors for letters, because you have to consider things like, oh, when will they upload it and stuff like that. So you need to give ample time and ample kind of thought into that part. So basically, if you're well informed, it'll go really smoothly. And just keeping up with, like I mentioned earlier, deadlines, like know when, what is due when, what is opening up when, and stuff like that. I think for me personally, it was like I had people that had just done it the year before, so I was on their next, oh, how do I do this? When do I do this? When do I do that? So that was really helpful for me. So I think generally the whole process, of course, it was a new thing for me. So there were some times when it was like some things were a little weird, but generally I think it was like an okay process, apart from the fact that we were so anxious about, the rest of the season, but generally it was an okay process for me, I think.
Yeah. I like what you said about being informed. Like the more information you have, what you know and what you don't know, and therefore you can pursue what you don't know more or find out more about what it is that you need to do. So thank you for being here to help us with that. So you talked about deadlines. So I guess the whole process of residency application start when you purchase your ERS token, and just I guess walk us through that process. How did you do it?
So just kind of to piggyback off what I had said earlier about being informed. I remember before the season started, someone had sent me a YouTube video of someone who went step by step on, like, she literally drew a picture of what the ERAS portal looked like and just kind of step by step of everything. So I think I kind of used her video as a guide to go through, or that particular video as a guide to kind of go through the process. So for like, first of all, the token, I think you're able to purchase the token from like June, but it opens up in June for you to purchase, but you don't have to purchase it immediately, because it's just like a one-time pay thing and then it's there. But of course, the earlier the better, just to kind of have things out of the way, not for any reason particularly, but just to check things off your list, not to have, oh my God, I have to buy the token hanging down on your neck and stuff like that, which is just one process or one thing to do, exactly. Just checking all these things off your list and everything. And also you don't want to forget, and then it's like you'll start doing everything later and stuff like that. So you purchase your token. I think that was that wasn't the first thing I did. Before the season even opened, I kind of started reaching out to my preceptors the ones I wanted to write letters. I think that was in April or May, I want to say, that I started reaching out to the preceptors. I wanted to write letters for me. Some of them got back to me immediately. I think one took a little more time, but eventually got back to me. And so I just had to wait for them to process. I kept sending reminder emails, of course, but you know, it took like, let's say, a week or two for me to get like my complete responses. And then maybe a month later, or no, was it a month later? But anyways, it took me like a week or two for them to say, oh yeah, you know, send us your details, send us the blah, 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 and everything. Now, when the thing is, you have to be, what I say, like again, I said timelines, deadlines, right? So now, if you talk to your preceptors too early, like way before when the tokens are available, you can't send them the information they need to upload the letter to your profile. So now you don't want to start asking for a letter in January when things doesn't open till June, you know. Of course, it's good to mention to the preceptors that you have an interest like in getting a letter from them for sure. It's good to put that out there. But you know, most of them will tell you when you're ready or when the season starts. Then you like remind me that you like send me an email telling me that, oh, this is you and you want the letter and everything. So that's what some of them will do. So then the other thing I started working on way before the June when the token could be purchased was personal statements. So for me, my school, St. George's University, was there's this thing they did where you could send your personal statements for some people to review. To review your personal statement. So I did it. Not you didn't have to do it, but I personally sent mine just to kind of send my first draft to them to review and show me where I needed to like correct. So I literally started working on my personal statement by like February, just because I was still in rotation.
Wow.
That's
like good.
It was like February, but like it wasn't like I was working. Like I started in February, I had my first draft by let's say March or so. Whenever the deadline to submit it was, I think it was March. So by the time I sent it to them, I wasn't doing anything. Like personal statement was with them for them to review until they got back to me. When they sent it back to me, I didn't even look at it for maybe a week or two. And then I eventually when I had some time, I kind of settled down, looked at it to make the corrections and everything. And so those are the two
early kind of. Sorry, go ahead.
No, just saying those are the two things that I started working on before.
Yeah. And I was going to say, like, doing it early, your personal statement kind of takes the rush out of everything later on, because like it's all part of the application that, you know, if you have it, you just upload it and it's fine. On the topic of personal statements, what are the tips would you say helped you with writing your personal statement?